Hi, welcome to Waverly Public Library's December DIY craft, sponsored by the Friends of the Waverly Public Library. So they provide all of the supplies that you hopefully received. So yes, I'm Lindsay, and this month's DIY craft is the stained glass glue styled snowflake ornament. So I hope you are able to pick up a kit, and I'll kind of just walk you through how to do it. So in the instructions, you should have received a list of supplies which were in the kit. So you have wax paper, glue, glitter, which is optional, some string, gold thread, a pipette for the watercolor, a thin paintbrush, a ruler, and some tape and scissors. I also provided you with a template and a cup to use. All right, so you should have received some string, which I did not cut up for you. So you will need to cut up about 1 inch piece. The instruction says 1 1/4 inch. I found it easier to just use 1 inch actually, which will be the inside circle. And then you'll need to cut out 6 1 1/2 inch strings, and then 6 4 1/2 inch length strings. Okay? So then taking your template, you're going to use tape to tape it down to a flat surface. And then you're going to tape the wax paper over the template. All right, then you're going to take the glue and start with your 1 inch piece of string. Okay, you're going to just pour in enough glue here to easily dip the string in. Make sure it's well saturated with glue, and your hands are going to get a little messy, but that's all right. All right, so it's well saturated, okay? You're just going to kind of wipe off any excess glue, okay? And like I said, this is the center piece. And just kind of make a circle there. If you need more glue where the string connects, just put a dot on there. Okay? And kind of spread it around there. All right. Now you're going to take your 4 1/2 inch string and make sure it's well saturated. And then again, wipe off any excess. All right. So this is going to be your kind of loop figure, okay? What I found easiest to do was kind of measure it evenly in half about, and then make the loop and press down. Don't worry if it doesn't match the template exactly. Okay, now the important thing here is to make sure that it's sealed on the wax paper, okay? Because when you put the glue in to these holes, you don't want the glue to run. Okay, so Again, use more glue if you need to, and then just make sure it's sealed, all right? Especially in the center there, okay? Okay, then you're going to do that for 5 more times. And make sure you have plenty of glue. Okay, and wipe off any excess. A little messy, but well, it's okay. Kind of estimate a halfway point there and make a loop. All right. So you're going to do that 4 more times. Okay, again, make sure you're pressing down and sealing the ends there, okay? All right, now, so you're gonna finish that, right? And then you're going to take your 1.5 inch string. Okay. And that's gonna be your exterior bit. Okay, now kind of just fold it in half a little bit just to kind of give it some shape. And then just gonna lay it in there. Again, pressing down so that it's sealed. Do one more. Okay. And I would, just to make sure, add a dot of glue at the edges there. Okay, so obviously you complete the template, okay? And then I have already done a sample, so the important thing is once you have the template done to let it dry for 12 hours, okay? And that will really seal in those edges for you, okay? So I'm going to kind of show you what it will look like after it's been 12 hours, okay? Make sure to wait 12 hours. All right, so you waited 12 hours for the glue to dry. Now you're gonna start filling in the ornament. Okay, so you're gonna take your glue, start putting it in these spaces, okay? And you're going to fill it so that it's almost overfilling, okay? All right, so it's almost over the edge. And this is why, too, it's really important to make sure that the string is pressed down and sealed really well, okay, when you're doing that first step. Now, after each space, you can go in and use 1 drop of the watercolor paint, okay? You should only need 1, maybe 2 drops at most, okay? It's up to your preference, but that's what I found, and that's what I would recommend, okay? And so the pipette is really useful for this. So just one drop. That should do it. Okay, and then I found a thin paintbrush was best because it is a smaller space. Okay, and just mix it in. Make sure you're getting to the wax paper. Okay, just so that it's mixed really well. And you can see it was just one drop of that watercolor, but it really goes far. Okay. And it's kind of surprising once it dries for 24 hours, the glue turns transparent, and I was pleasantly surprised. And again, you're wanting the glue to almost be overfilling those spaces, okay? Okay. So again, you're going to do that for each of those alternating spaces, okay? Fill it overflowing, almost overflowing with glue, and then add a drop, maybe 2 drops, okay, of the watercolor. Okay. Then going to go to the center, almost overflowing. And these smaller spaces, you can add 1 drop, but really, you can spread around that watercolor even more, okay? And really, that's okay, because look, we're going to be filling that space in with glue, okay? So it's pretty forgiving. All right, so take the paintbrush, really spread around that watercolor, because you do want it to look like stained glass. So the more transparent, really, better. Okay, and in one of my samples, I used glitter, and the other I didn't. So they both looked very pretty. So I guess it depends on if you like glitter or not. And again, make sure you're getting to the wax paper. I want to make sure all that glue is mixed in really well. Oh, and some of the instructions, they actually said to use the gold thread while you were gluing the string down, but I decided not to. So you can also do that and that step. Either way works just fine. Okay, so you're going to fill in those outer circles and then the center and every alternating space, okay? And then it's very important, oh, and if you want glitter, you can add the glitter at this step too. All right. And then once you've done this, it's very important that you wait 24 hours. Okay, you'll start to see some changes within like a few hours, but wait for 24 hours to make sure that the glue has had time to dry and set, okay? So I have already done a sample that has dried for 24 hours, okay? So I'm just going to show you that one and the next step to do, okay? All right. Alright, so you waited 24 hours, okay? So it should look like this. The glue will have dried and also shrunk a little bit. Alright, and now you're going to just gently, very gently, take peel the wax paper away. Okay? Okay, and you can kind of see that some of the glue there's a little bit of excess glue. You can kind of just chip that away. That takes a little bit, but that's all right. Just take your time with it. All right. Hopefully it looks kind of like that, and you should have gold thread. Just make a knot. Any knot will do. Okay. So it should look kind of like that. And I'll show you the one that I did not add the glue to. So there you have it. That is the snowflake ornament. I hope you enjoyed it. Next month's craft is candle making, so look forward to that. Thank you for